Hi traders, Nathan Bray here from ACY Securities, and riding shotgun with me is Lenny Volpicella. How you doing, Lenny?
Good, Nathan. Yourself?
So moments ago, we're expecting a 0% growth for last month in the GDP in the UK. Well, it came out worse than expected. It's minus 0.3%. The industrial production also came out negative, Lenny. It came out at minus 1.6%. Manufacturing, I think it was about 1.8% minus as well. So all this news isn't looking good for the UK. Now, earlier this morning, we also had the Bank of England suggesting that it might extend this quantitative easing it's doing to try and save a calamity in their bond market, which happened last week. Now, they promised us it was only going to go to the 14th, and they were only going to supply, because remember, it's inflationary, all this bond purchasing, and they've got inflation at the moment, one of the highest in the world, at over 10%. So a lot of negative news coming out on the UK. Now, Lenny, tell us, how are you seeing from a technical perspective, where are we at with trading the pound, say, against the US dollar?
Yeah, well, obviously we've been geared in a long-term downtrend, but there is a few things to obviously be cautious about.
Okay.
So first and foremost, over the past 3 weeks, we've seen quite a significant rage on the pound. Out of all the G10 currency pairs, that's had the biggest trading range. So we've seen a low down around 103, and we've also seen a high up towards 115.
Sure.
And now we've come back down, and we're sort of trading sort of to the middle to upper end of that range at 110.
Okay.
Now, in saying that, this week in itself, we've already seen a 250 pip range over two trading days.
It's a big move down.
All right.
And back up again.
Exactly right. And on top of that, the ATR at the moment on the higher timeframes is the highest it's been since sort of mid-2020, right? Now, the point I'm getting at is there is more significant data to come out through the week. We've got CPI, PPI, and retail sales coming out of the US.
US dollar
exactly
side,
right. So,
okay.
you know, if you're looking at it in terms of a positional trader, it could be a little bit tricky to start off the week, right? In terms of a day trader and a scalping perspective, you know, these are ideal trading conditions in terms of, you know, pretty big ranges throughout the day, and the volatility is there, just as you'd need it as a day trader and a scalper.
Definitely.
Definitely. But yeah, in saying that, I'm quite neutral. I want to see how the news comes out.
Wow.
Not looking to jump into anything just yet. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of weight on CPI and PPI coming up later in the week.
Is it possible, Lenny, to finish off? I'm throwing this at you. Are we seeing an overextended US dollar, and is that why you're moving a little bit more neutral rather than the news that's coming out just saying, right, let's keep selling this thing?
Yeah, I mean, potentially so, right? We've seen, you know, the euro so far this week dip down and try and make a comeback. We've seen the pound do the same thing, even with negative data. You know, starting off Germany for the day, we're back above 110, even with negative GDP.
Sure.
So I'm not too sure if that's more some US dollar weakness floating through to start off the session, or, you know, it's too early to tell. That's why, again, you're trying to force an answer, and I'm going to keep my answer the same and say that I'm neutral for now.
Well, Lenny is neutral rather than the fundamentals, which I'm explaining, which look disastrous. So that is quite an insight. Thanks for your time, Lenny, and good luck with your trading, everybody.